Using the smart cruise control system inside of the Hyundai Santa Fe is a straightforward process. So all you're going to do as you're driving, toggle it on there. And then, so the system essentially is turned on, but in order to activate it, you just push the up button there in order to do it. So you set it at 50. You could then pause it if you want to, resume it. You could go down or up 1 kilometer, 1 mile per hour at a time. And then there's a distance indicator. So it's how close or far are you away from the vehicle that's in front of you. So very straightforward using it. It's going to take you down to a complete stop here. And then it's also got the flexibility of picking you right back up to your set speed again. If you stop for longer than a few seconds, it's going to prompt you to either hit the gas to keep going or push the up button to resume your previously set speed instead. And then there's also a lane following system. So that's going to keep you perfectly balanced in your lane. So it's a lane follow assist. There are 2 different options. There's a lane follow assist or a lane keep assist. So the lane follow assist is the one that we have enabled right now. So you can see here, so it's going to take me around a bend without my hands on the steering wheel. So it's very good from that perspective. The lane keep assist is going to gently nudge you back into your lane instead. But you can see there, it's how close or far are you away from the vehicle that's in front of you. So there are 4 different distance indicators there, so you can set your own personal preference. I normally recommend 1 just on residential streets, but you could go either 2 or 3 on the highway, or really like even 4 if you really wanted to. It's just a matter of your own personal comfort level. You'll notice there, occasionally the steering wheel goes from green to just gray instead, and that essentially means that it doesn't recognize the lane markings. So it needs to recognize the lane markings in order for it to actually work. But when it does, it works really, really well. Like, it's not a self-driving car, but I mean, it's really close at the same time. Then you can hit the brake in order to pause it if you'd like to yourself, and then hit the center button there in order to be able to resume your previously set speed. So again, toggle it on or off this way. You've got your distance indicator, so how close or far are you away from the vehicle that's in front of you. You can either decrease or increase 1 kilometer, 1 mile per hour at a time. You can hit the brake to temporarily pause it if you wanted to, or you could hit the button there in order to temporarily pause or resume your previously set speed. Oh, the only other thing to point out are going to be the gauges along the right-hand side. So we're in the eco mode right now. So if I were to just take my foot off of the accelerator, you'll see here that eventually I'm going to drop into an EV mode. So that means that we're strictly using a battery as we drive, rather than using the gas motor instead. So if you're coasting, you'll jump into that EV mode. I'm braking heavy right now, so it's maximum regenerative braking. And then as we hit the gas, you'll see using up a little bit more fuel there. And even as we look at the fuel counter, so you'll see that we're using a lot more. Same idea, take my foot off of the accelerator, and you're going to notice that drops down to next to nothing for fuel usage, and because we're just coasting at a low speed. But the second you gun it, it's going to turn on that engine for us instead. And then if we're in one of the other drive modes, let's go into sport mode for a second. That's going to flip you out to a traditional tachometer instead. But we're in the hybrid, so we're going to go to the eco mode. So you've got your charge level. So as you go to brake, you're going to notice that you'll capture more charge that way. And then you can also utilize the paddle shifters in order to maximize the charge percentage as well. So I'll show you here as we start to drive. So you've got 3 individual levels. Think of that like regenerative braking. So it's what level are you regenerative braking at? Level 3 is the most resistant. So as you take your foot off the accelerator, you slow down very, very rapidly. Versus level 2 or level 1, you don't slow down quite as quickly when you take your foot off the accelerator, but I'll show you here. So currently on level 3, so I take my foot off, level 3 here, so I take my foot off the accelerator, slow down fairly rapidly. But that's how you use the smart cruise control system in understanding the gauges inside of the hybrid Santa Fe.